Hello friends, Arthur here with more Zipkis, with more ZSL, and this is Season 6, Round 1 Narrow, where all tracks should have maximum width of 3 blocks without any scale, and already some rules were changed, like more strict about turns and amount of checkpoints. Also, time was reduced from 75 to 60 seconds. Anyway, back to the tracks. So we start with Night Rider by Merlin the Wizard. Really interesting idea, like from first glance it's looked like straight narrow track, nothing special, but it's built in this way where some kind of RNG part happens. Cars moving differently, if you're doing your sides turning slightly differently, you have different boosters, small tweaks, small RNG elements could do it slightly trickier, but overall pretty easy track to finish. Misty Forest by OLR94, yet again not really hard track. I love that it uses off-road tires which have different grip, different suspension on the track. It changed it. As of track, the main thing is try to reduce airtime as much as possible, and as you can see, even without like really smooth steering and driving, I like beat the track. So yeah, there are a lot of potential to beat after time and be faster. Sunset Archipelago by Shiny Ion, and this is a really tricky track, especially the transition to first checkpoint, like U-turn, quite narrow, you need to really slow down, then downhill after first checkpoint with science slowdown, you also need to really slow down, because if you won't take booster, you will not have momentum to going up and do the first jump. Then transition after the third checkpoint, also quite tricky. So everything could be fixed by adding more arrows, more signs where and how you need to go. Otherwise, you just really need to remember the tracks, and it will be really hard to do it from the first attempt, or even second or third. Boomerang by Flybacker. So this is some kind of one trick track. I didn't saw this trick like quite long time ago, like I believe it was 3x3 ZSL, where you was needed to do it because of the fan, and if you know what to do, the main problem will be like spinning to 180, otherwise pretty easy. Roadwork ahead. I sure hope it does, by Rose. Well, you're quite old if you know this meme. Okay, so the track also quite tricky, but if you will be doing all this wall ride, barrier ride, you can finish it faster. I would say the same as previous track, just more signs, left, right, like it's even could be a part of the theme of the track, like Roadworks, so more signs will be nice. Livingston Speedway by Lamp, another really narrow, really sharpy turn track with pretty obvious several cuts, which if after will want, it's basically put more checkpoints. Otherwise there's like several tricky turns or elements, but because of quite big amount of boosters, you can easily finish them off. So yeah, just I don't know if this cut was intentional or not, but looking at after time, I think it wasn't. a slice of life. And here, really strange track, and I will show it in a really strange way, just because it's, for me, it's completely RNG track. I don't know does after try to build in this way with all of this, but like lines that could be taken. But for me, it's completely RNG, because Unity have its own like bouncy stuff. Your speed, your like track on the grass traction, it's all affected. So really RNG track. Forever by Kerncup. Love colors. Love track, I guess. Nothing really hard, at least for me. Just jumping from side to side, from element to element. The only like concern or the problem is if you do small, little, tiny mistake and lose speed somewhere in the middle or even at the beginning, you won't finish it, because it should be doing in one go. There's no boosters, nothing, so be very careful. Ruins of Antiquity by Lily the Ban and Dragon Shadow. Really stylish track. The only thing I would say, transition to checkpoint 2 and jump after it would be tricky. You need a lot of time or use arms up. Uphill to checkpoint 2 could be considered as a speed check uphill. You need to be very careful to go there. After that, there are a lot of boosters, so they will help you to finish all other elements. But be very careful, and on checkpoint 4, even with a booster, it could be tricky and you can fall off. A God Does Not Fear the Death by Jackie. Very strong name. As of track, there are a lot of like blind spots, blind jumps, and not always you understand what you need to do and how you need to do. But from second, third attempt, you can easily finish. It's not really hard. You really understand the track. And I believe this track have borders, so you can use them for your advantage, if you could. Okay guys, that was the first part for ZSL Narrow for new season. Hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you next time on next video. Bye.